A very good morning to one and all gathered here. We are here today for the 16th National Youth Parliament Competition Group Level, jointly conducted by Mangalore University and Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs, Government of India. The greatest gifts one can give to each other is to pray for one another. I now call upon Yashaswini, Jyoti, Sumangali and Bhakti Shri to lead us into prayer.
शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणं आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणं आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणं आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणं आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः.
I now request the dignitaries on dais to formally inaugurate the program by lighting the lamp. I now call upon Dr. Dayanand Nayak, Associate Professor, Department of Political Science, Mangalore University, to welcome the gathering.
Good morning to you all. It gives me an immense pleasure. After a long time, we are going to organize this Youth Parliament competition group level, the two national level group competition. Every year, as the Government of India, Minister of Parliamentary Affairs, decide to give a clear picture to the students, their minds, tender minds, to think about the democracy, dissent, discussion, deliberations, and discipline. To imbibe this a kind of intercourse within the minds of the students. From 1960 onwards, Government of India, Minister of Parliamentary Affairs in the whip session, which was happened in Maharashtra, Nagpur. Then to think about this students' participation very much in the vibrant democracy. So they decided to go for Kendriya Vidyalayas and some government schools, colleges, and they extended to universities now. Now we are running in the midst of now 16th National Youth Parliament Competition. Actually, orientation program was held in 2019 and 20. After the COVID-19 pandemic, we could not organize this. After 2 years, we are organizing this thing in the year of 2022. In this respect, the main theme of the youth Parliament is of the students, by the students, and for the students. Students are here centripetal in the discussion. Earlier there was a saying that, few old people gathering there in the parliament, wasting the time and energy and exchequer of the Government of India and nothing outcome. So with this tendency, the people of the nation, founder fathers thought that, let us give some input to the students, then they can come forward in the vibrant democracy where the students are the veins of the democracy, in the participative democracy itself. So the day has come today. So in this nice occasion, I welcome, first of all, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor P.S. Edapadithaya. When I asked him, because he is after students, and he is a man of vision and action, when I spoke to him, you Madi, Malpule, Dal Tundriji, Malpuganta. So he's such a, very, very luminary and highly intellectual. And I think in somewhere he never focused his real intelligentsia, but this is the occasion where he can bring out the entire stamina and his intelligentsia and force, whatever he has got that. He still, I think, he never got that stage where he can show his potentiality, according to my knowledge is concerned, sir. So I hope that this is a stage where you can at least, motivate the students. When I spoke to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, he said, you go ahead. So immediately he was there in Bangalore, and he came, very late night, and there was, that VC's, busy, very scheduled. So in that nice occasion, when I requested him, in such a way, very humbly he came here, because the students, their hearts and minds really touched it. Sir, on behalf of the students and Mangalore University and Department of Political Science and all the invitees who are here, they are to come. So in this respect, I cordially welcome you, sir. I request now, as a token of flower and memento, to hand over to Professor, Honorable Professor P.S. Edapati Thaya, our Vice Chancellor. One more dignitary, very senior person, Haji B. Ibrahim. In 1984, he was acted as the Minister of Finance, and continuously he was sitting in the Rajya Sabha, and vibrant, vibrations he spread all over the nation, and such a thought-provoking fellow, and having the breadth of vision and erudition in the parliamentary process concern. And he has got the beautiful vision to the future of the nation. So when I spoke to him, because he was keep on coming and always, patting our back, saying that you go ahead. When we conducted 7th First National Youth Parliament competition in 2003-4, he was there with us. 14th National Youth Parliament competition, he was with us. And 16th National Youth Parliament competition, he is there with us, always supporting and sitting 45 minutes watching the students. Dear students, once again, on your students and youth parliament, I cordially welcome you, sir, on the Mangalore University. And thank you so much, sir. Timely you came here. Thank you. I request now Sampath, our Deputy Speaker, hand over the bouquet and memento to the dignitary. Thank you. Thank you, Sampath, and thank you, sir. Now, none other than he's the instrumental, our group coordinator. You see that national-wise we have got 6 teams. Each team is having 7 universities. Ours 1/3 team, we too have 7 universities. Each team we have a group coordinator, and that is none other than Professor Prahlad Mane from Shivaji University, Kolhapura, Maharashtra. Sir, on behalf of our youth parliament, I cordially welcome you, and I request now Prime Minister to hand over, as a love and affection, bouquet and memento. Thank you. And one more, our chief guest and jury of the, member of the jury, Professor, Girish Keshi, young and energetic, hailing from our own Mangalore University College old student. And, he did marvelous work in national and international level. And he has got the vocabulary and having the breadth of vision. And when he called, and then he said, I will come, sir. And the last also, 14th National Youth Parliament, he was there to judging the students. And 16th, once again, the turn has come, Sir, on behalf of the, Minister of Parliament Affairs, Mangalore University, and Youth Parliament, I cordially welcome you, sir. Now, Deputy Speaker will hand over. Opposition party leader, hand over the bouquet and memento. Thank you, sir. In this august audience, once again, I would like to place the record of thanks that University College in Mangalore, when we asked that to build the team, they immediately responded, the principal of University College in Mangalore, and their staff and students. On behalf of the University College, one has to come to receive anybody with our Honorable Vice Chancellor, has to hand over memento as a token of love and gratitude for them, sir. Kindly hand over them. I request all the students if they're there to receive as a token of love and affection. Yes, thank you. I also request our University College Mangala Gangotri. Anula is there as a teacher representative, and other students, they can come and join and just receive from our Honorable Vice Chancellor as a memento, as a token of gratitude and love. Sir, thank you so much. I thank once again all of you and welcome you, all the dignitaries, invitees and students and lecturers and photographers and media persons and everybody, especially you. Thank you so much for this nice occasion. You are here with us. In further also you are going to be with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, and I welcome you too. I now request our chief guest, Sir Haji B. Ibrahim, to address the gathering.
Respected Vice Chancellor Sri P.S. Yadapadithaji, Guest of Honors Prahladyam Mani and Girish K.C. and my all students gathered here and my dear friends. It gives me real immense pleasure to be amidst you today with immense gratitude in this meaningful function of the inauguration of the 16th National Youth Parliament competition. In fact, when Mr. Dayanand has contacted me, I was in Saudi, and I told him, even if I am there, I'll make myself convenient to be present here to attend to this function, because I had even attended earlier, and I really enjoyed the upcoming leaders of our nation, and I made it convenient to come over here to be amidst you today. As you all know, now we are in the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. In this year, we will have to be very, very proud of ourselves and our nation and also our constitution. And it is our bounden duty to protect our constitution, which is one of the best, I should say, in the entire world. Mr. Dayanand has just told me that, sir, you can elaborately speak at the end. So, I have decided, as per his desire, to give my opinion and also suggestions which I feel right at this moment. And I reserve that, and at this juncture, I only wish you good luck in your entire parliamentary system of functioning in our state, in our nation at present. And I have, after seeing this, all the Prime Minister, opposition leader, and all the ministers are here. And I would like to observe your activities, and then only I will be in a position to give my opinion. Till then, I only wish you good luck.
Okay, I now call upon our guest of honor, Mr. Girish Casey, to address the gathering.
Respected Honorable Vice Chancellor of Mangalore University, Professor Dr. P.S. Edapadithaya sir, and Chief Guest of today's function, Haji B. Ibrahim sir, Advocate and former Member of Parliament Mangalore, and the Guest of Honor, Prahlad Mane sir, and Dayanand Naik sir, the coordinator of this National Youth Parliament competition. Good morning to one and all. I don't want to speak much, and the protocol demands when Honorable Vice Chancellor is presiding, we are not supposed to stretch our speech to a larger extent. But only few things I would like to make it very clear within 2 minutes as such. Professor Dayanand Naik sir is making an attempt to bridge this particular theory and practice. These kind of activities enable the students to equip certain skills which are required to succeed in their future life. And Albert Einstein says, the strength of Constitution lies in the determination of every citizen to defend it. Babu Rajendra Prasad says, Constitution is a lifeless machine. The effective governance depends upon the persons who occupy the position. So, it is an activity which sensitizes you people and enables you to get equipped with certain skills. And when Dayanand Naik sir called, I said, sir, I would be very happy to come to Mangalore University because I am one of the alumnus of this particular university, and I am a recipient of gold medal from University Law College, Mangalore also. Subsequently, I did my Masters in Mysore University. There again, I got a gold medal in master degree. My discipline is law, but whenever any activity is being conducted in political science department, I am always associated with the activities. And I congratulate all of you by being selected to take part in this 16th National Youth Parliament competition. With this brief words, I'll put an end to my speech. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir. I now request our respected Vice Chancellor, Professor P.S. Edapadithaya, the President of today's inaugural function, to deliver the presidential address.
Very good morning to all of you. Respected Chief Guest, Advocate and former Member of Parliament, Haji B. Ibrahim ji, Guest of Honor and the Group Coordinator of this 16th National Youth Parliament Competition, Dr. Prahlad Mane ji, Guest of Honor, Mr. Girish Casey, Coordinator of this 16th National Youth Parliament Competition, and my friend, Dr. Dayanand Naik, enthusiastic participants, friends from media, and ladies and gentlemen. Mangalore University and the Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs, Government of India jointly organized this 16th National Youth Parliament competition, and we have just inaugurated this program just now by lighting of the lamp. Youth Parliament is very, very important. As our esteemed Chief Guest rightly pointed out, we are celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, 75 years of independence. Is a matter of pride. And I am reminded of the next 25 years. Are we prepared to face the challenges and live up to the expectations of this great nation? And we have to make things happen. Indian democracy, yes, the world's the best. And we will always understand and appreciate the democratic principles and processes. Indian democracy strongly believes in democratic, participative, consultative and inclusive approaches. There are 5 P's: One of the letters of English alphabet is P, that is philosophy, policies, processes, programs, and practices. This is a beautiful framework called 5P framework. Within this framework, we can understand and appreciate the value of parliamentary affairs. And at the very outset, I congratulate all of you because you got a golden opportunity to participate in this 16th National Youth Parliament competition at the group level. You are going to get hands-on experience called experiential learning, which is the hallmark of National Education Policy 2020. See, unless you have what you call 3 C's, you cannot make things happen. Courage, confidence, and conviction. Courage to fail, confidence to win, and conviction to succeed. These 3 C's are very, very important. And when we talk about parliamentary affairs, you must bring about the difference between arguments and discussion. No more arguments. No more one-upmanship. It should be strongly embedded in the philosophy of discussions and dialogues. It means a kind of debating. This kind of meaningful and effective debate must create not only the heat, but also the light at the end of the day. So that being the case, are we demonstrating true tolerance to conflicting views? Whenever we come across a burning issue related to society at large, we must be able to examine the kaleidoscopic view of the issue. It should be issue-based and principle-centered, and we should not give room for any prejudices. Without fear or favor, we must involve ourselves in the discussion mode with a sense of purpose, pride, and direction. Because normally, at the time of adopting strategies, we may come across various approaches called aggression. Aggression is not good. Aggressive behavior, which will create only noise but not voice. The second approach is withdrawal. I am not able to perform, I am withdrawing myself from the scene. It is not good, because you have to take the process further forward. The third one is fixation. The door is locked, still you think that somebody is inside and you are pleading yourself to open the door. You will be knocking at the door without understanding, appreciating the ground reality. So fixation syndrome should be avoided. The last one is compromise. A kind of win-win, long-lasting, mutually beneficial, lasting relationships must be there in a discussion mode. Because the parliament is interested in making certain policies which will be useful to larger society. The last man in the society must be the beneficiary. It means 3 things are very, very important: decisions, actions, and consequences. We have to take well-informed decision. It should be based on facts and figures. Your decision must be available for logical reasoning, deductive approach and inductive approach, so that you will make a lot of sense out of it. So once you take the decision, you can't keep quiet. The people concerned will have to implement it in the way it is called for. So decision, action. Only after implementing you will come to know the nature of the intended and unintended consequences arising therefrom. To cut the long story short, before you take any decision, you must be able to proactively assess the consequences, both intended and unintended, arising from the actions to be taken in order to implement the decision that you are taking up now. It means futurity of the current decision will make a lot of sense. It means we have to be proactive. We should think loudly. So it means our discussion mode will make a lot of sense. In the entire process, we will please most and antagonize least. A kind of utilitarianism rather than deontological argument. Maximum good for maximum people. The decisions of Parliament are important since they affect the entire country, the nation. The decisions are the result of long-term and long-drawn debates, not arguments again, debates, and everybody gets a chance to be heard and a proper decorum is maintained. Sometimes we will vitiate the atmosphere. It should be well protected. We have to maintain the decorum, and we must be good at certain things. That is what I understand. Because whenever the Parliament takes decisions based on ATA, A means autonomy, T means transparency, another A means accountability. Autonomy means freedom to take decision. It is not freedom of any kind. It's a responsible freedom. So autonomy. Then transparency. Whatever we do it openly, without fear or favor. Transparency should be the virtue of our discussion. The third one is accountability is nothing but ultimate answerability. The Parliament is accountable to the people. People's representatives, they should discharge their accountability. That is nothing but answerability. Therefore, parliamentary debates, discussions, processes and principles are strongly embedded in ATA, autonomy, transparency and accountability. Therefore, it should create not only the heat, but also the light at the end. The biggest challenge in the democratic process is balancing the conflicting expectations of multiple stakeholders. It is neither a child's play nor Sunday gardening. Therefore, every person must be provided with an opportunity to express his or her views. Just like we watch news, we should come out with views. News and views will make the complete whole, WHOLE. So same thing here, balancing the conflicting expectations of multiple stakeholders will be the challenging task. It means we must be able to convert problems into challenges, challenges into opportunities. You are getting hands-on experience here. The most important attribute of a participant in this 16th National Youth Level Competition, Parliamentary Competition, is self-discipline. Self-discipline of the highest order. We must know how to keep ourselves cool all the time. Still, we must be able to present our views in a powerful and meaningful and impactful manner. Self-discipline. The second virtue is positive mental attitude. It means don't think about negative aspects of anything. Even in a positive aspect, you may have negative things, underplay it. So normally, the positive marketing approach in the Parliament is under-promise, over-perform. Because we have got Haji B. Ibrahim Ji, he is a role model for all of us. Very humble man, principle-centered leadership, he is known for that. So such a thing must be demonstrable in each and every one of you. So it means simple versus effective communication, there is a world of difference. Effective communication, here the acid test or the litmus test is, the receiver of the message must understand the message in the same way as desired by the sender. You will be performing both the roles. Because role playing is very, very important in this competitive mode. So it means you have to demonstrate effective communication. Body language is also important. And normally in the parliamentary process, everything will be, proceedings will be video recorded. So that is what, it is not enough if you are good, you must also appear to be good. And language proficiency is also important. Then free flow of thoughts, just like a gushing river, that's very, very important. Then your preparedness, because homework is very, very important. Then only you will be in a position to keep your body, mind and little soul in one place. Perform, perform, perform. The dirty picture. Entertainment, 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 that's what they said. Here, perform, perform, perform. No question of becoming a sleeping giant or a watching person. You have to make things happen. So I wish you all the best. Thank you for the opportunity. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka. I take this opportunity to declare this 16th National Youth Parliament Competition open. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your encouraging words. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. I now request Mrs. Hemalata to deliver the vote of thanks.
I wish a very good morning to the dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, invitees, participants, students, and my dear friends. It is my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. I, Hemlata, on behalf of Political Science Department and all the members, offer hearty gratitude to all of you. First of all, I extend my sincere thanks to the presiding officer of today's program, Professor P.S. Edapadithaya sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Mangalore University. Sir, your words of wisdom that radiated a source of energy within us. We will always remain grateful to you, and we thank you for being with us today and inaugurating this program. I wish to express my gratitude to respected Haji B. Ibrahim, BABL, for taking precious time out and consenting to be the chief guest. Sir, indeed your words have inspired all of us. Thank you, sir. A special thanks to Dr. Prahalad Emmane, guest of honor and jury, for accepting our invitation and for being with us today. Sir, thank you for your valuable time. My heartfelt thanks to Mr. Girish Kesi, guest of honor and jury. Sir, thank you for your message. I am very grateful to Professor Kishore Kumar CK, Registrar, Mangalore University, for giving us an opportunity to organize this event. I thank him in his absence. I express my gratitude to Professor Jara Jamin, Chairman, Department of Political Science, in his absence. So thank you so much for your support and guidance. I wish to thank teaching and non-teaching faculties, research scholars, and dear students of Political Science Department for your kind support and hard work. My sincere thanks to chairpersons, professors, associate professors, assistant professors of various departments of Mangalore University and various degree colleges for your support and being with us. Thank you. My special thanks to Dr. Dayanand Nayak, Associate Professor, Department of Political Science, for being coordinator of today's program, and also thank you for your humble welcome note. I thank all the participants of this event and I wish you good luck. I would like to thank all the invitees, mass media, photography, and students from different colleges and lecturers from the various colleges. Thank you all. Finally, I thank each and everyone who gathered here. Thank you all. Thank you for the opportunity. Have a good day.
Honorable members, Honorable Speaker.
Member to take oath or affirmation. Secretary General, please.
Shri Sadananda, who stands elected from the constituency of Madurai, will now take the oath or affirmation. Shri Sadananda. Sir, do you want to take an oath or affirmation?
Oath, please.
In which language would you like to take oath, sir?
In English, please. I, having been elected as a member of lower house of the Youth Parliament, do swear in the name of God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India as by law established, that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India, and that I will faithfully discharge the duty upon which I am about to enter.
Shri Shakib, who stands elected from the constituency of Bangalore Central, will now take the oath or affirmation. Shri Shakib. Sir, do you want to take an oath or affirmation?
Oath, please.
In which language would you like to take oath, sir?
In English, please. I, having been elected as a member of Lower Youth Parliament, do swear in the name of God that I will bear true and faith allegiance to the Constitution of India, as by law established, that I will uphold sovereignty and integrity of India, and that I will faithfully discharge the duty upon which I am about to enter.
Kumari Sumangali, who stands elected from the constituency of Nasik East, will now take the oath or affirmation. Kumari Sumangali. Madam, would you like to take an oath or affirmation?
Oath, please.
In which language would you like to take oath, ma'am?
In Hindi, please. मैं युवा संसद निचले सदन के सदस्य के रूप में निर्वाचित होने के बाद भगवान के नाम पर शपथ लेती हूँ कि मैं कानून द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची आस्था और निष्ठा रखूंगी कि मैं संप्रभुता और अखंडता को बनाए रखूंगी भारत का और यह कि मैं उस कर्तव्य का ईमानदारी से निर्वहन करूंगी जिसमें मैं प्रवेश करने वाली हूँ।
Kumari Ankita, who stands elected from the constituency of Udupi Chikmagalur, will now take the oath or affirmation. Kumari Ankita. Madam, would you like to take an oath or affirmation?
Oath, please.
In which language would you like to take oath, ma'am?
In English, please. I, having been elected as member of the lower house of Youth Parliament, do swear in the name of God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India as by law established, that I will uphold sovereignty and integrity of India, and that I will faithfully discharge the duty upon which I am about to enter.
Members, as we meet today, it is my sad duty to inform the House of the sudden and untimely death of Shri Keshav Chandra. Shri Keshav Chandra was a member of the 14th and 15th Lok Sabhas from 2004 to 2009 and 2009 to 2014 from Tumkur constituency of Karnataka. He was a devoted parliamentarian. He was a multifaceted personality, a lawyer, an agriculturist, and a journalist. He died on 19 June 2022 at Tumkur at the age of 68. His death has created a great loss for this nation, and his presence will be dearly missed.
Honorable Speaker Madam, death came so sudden and unseen. Shri Keshav Chandra was sophisticated, intelligent and kind. He worked for the upliftment of poor and weaker sections of the society. He also associated with various social and cultural activities. We deeply mourn the demise of our friend, and all we can do, pray for his departed soul.
Honorable Speaker Madam, Shri Keshav Chandra was not only a distinguished leader, but also a kind and brave human being. Though I am from opposition, I have always admired his model work of ethic and intelligence. His vibrant personality will be dearly missed in this house. May his soul rest in peace.
The House may now stand in silence as a mark of respect to the departed soul. Secretary General shall refer the message of condolence to the aggrieved family.
Yes, Madam.
Prime Minister to introduce new minister.
Honorable Speaker Madam, I take this immense pleasure to introducing to you and to you the House, my new colleagues and the new ministers. Kumari Nagalata, Minister of Irrigation. Shri Prajwal, Minister of Civil Supplies. Thank you.
Now the question hour begins. Question number 101, Kumari Ramshina.
Honorable Speaker Madam, will the Ministry of Environment Climate Change be pleased to state, is the ministry just adopting quick fixes to tackle a very serious issue of climate change which has a very big impact on the country as a whole? If not, what steps has the ministry taken or proposed to take with this regard?
Honorable Minister of Forest and Climate Change.
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, सबसे पहले मैं यह बताना चाहती हूँ कि भारत दुनिया की दूसरी सबसे बड़ी आबादी और चौथे सबसे बड़ी अर्थव्यवस्था है। हम सभी को
यह बात समझनी होगी कि जलवायु परिवर्तन अब केवल एक पर्यावरणीय चिंता नहीं है, बल्कि एक विकासात्मक चुनौती और सरकारी मुद्दे के रूप में भी उभरा है। तब से हमने हमारी देश की विकास संबंधी जरूरतों को प्राथमिकता देते हुए इस वैश्विक खतरे से निपटने के लिए कदम उठाए हैं। हम सभी को यह याद होगा कि 2015 के पेरिस समझौते में 2020 से 2030 के बीच की अवधि के लिए 3 लक्ष्य निर्धारित किए गए थे। इन लक्ष्यों में पहला, कुल बिजली उत्पादन क्षमता में गैर जीवांश ईंधन की हिस्सेदारी बढ़ाकर 30% करना। दूसरा, 2030 तक अर्थव्यवस्था की उत्सर्जन तीव्रता को 35 से 45% तक कम करना और 2070 तक शुद्ध शून्य उत्सर्जन प्राप्त करना। तीसरा, अतिरिक्त वन और वृक्ष के माध्यम से 2.5 से 3 बिलियन टन CO2 समकक्ष के अतिरिक्त कार्बन सिंक बनाना। बड़े ही गर्व से मैं आप सभी को पंच मित्र कहलाने वाली 5 स्तरीय रणनीति के बारे में बताना चाहती हूँ, जिसे हमारे प्रधानमंत्री ने 26वें पार्टियों के सम्मेलन में उक्त उपलब्धि प्राप्त करने के लिए घोषित किया था। परिवहन पर भारत में इलेक्ट्रिक वाहनों को तेजी से अपनाना और विनिर्माण योजना अप्रैल 2019 में प्रभाव में आया। इस योजना में अधिक से अधिक इलेक्ट्रिक वाहनों को खरीदने के लिए प्रोत्साहन प्रदान किया। हमने एक देश के रूप में अपनी ऊर्जा प्रणालियों के बड़े पैमाने पर परिवर्तन को स्वीकार किया है, जो भविष्य के लिए डिजाइन किया जाएगा और नए जलवायु परिवर्तन के अनुरूप भी होगा। और सरकार जलवायु परिवर्तन के खिलाफ अपनी लड़ाई बड़ी दृढ़ता के साथ आगे बढ़ाने का प्रयास करती है। धन्यवाद।
Supplementary question, Kumari Shilpa.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, we all know the greatest sufferer of the climate change are the poor, who have no affordable source of energy. Respected Speaker, Madam, will the Minister be pleased to state what steps has the government taken to ensure climate change being tackled from the grassroots level?
Yes, Minister, please.
Respected Speaker, Madam, I would like to answer this question by bringing everyone's attention to the 2030 agenda proposed by the world leaders in 2015. India has been persevering towards these goals in a very holistic approach by implementing a comprehensive array of schemes. These schemes are basically implemented at the level of state and union territories. For effective implementation and proper synchronization with the state and local bodies, certain national missions have been empowered as an authority under Environment Protection Act 1986 for fast-track implementation of these policies. Steps have also been taken to ensure proper inventorization and inspection of point source pollution from the industrial units. Climate Change Action Program CCAP was also launched in 2014 with a total cost of rupees 290 crores. The objective is to build and support capacity at central and state levels. The ministry and the government have continuously demonstrated our responsibility towards acknowledging the emerging threats from climate change and implementing climate-related actions on the basis of equity and common but differentiated responsibilities.
We must come to terms that climate change and poverty are intertwined. Thus, through collaboration of various ministries, we have put out various numbers of schemes and programs which will ensure that no one is left behind.
Now we move on to the next question. Question number 102, Kumari Nihala.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, through you, I would like to ask the Minister of Health and Family Welfare. 1. What steps have been taken to contain the COVID-19 pandemic and provide relief to the people? Has the ministry done anything for the healthcare sector workers apart from just giving them gratitude and cheers through social media?
Honorable Minister of Health and Family Welfare.
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदया, एक देश के रूप में हमने कोविड महामारी के दौरान सबसे कठिन दौर का सामना किया। पहले प्रतिक्रिया में से वायरस के संचारण में कमी सुनिश्चित करने के लिए लॉकडाउन की अवधि को लागू किया गया था। ये मार्च 2020 के शुरुआती चरणों में था। नवीनतम के रूप में हमारे सक्रिय मामलों की दर 1% से कम थी और मार्च 2022 तक हमारे राष्ट्रीय रिकवरी दर 98.75% दर्ज की गई थी। इसे ध्यान में रखते हुए एक मंत्रालय के रूप में हम इसके स्वास्थ्य और कल्याण के मामले में इस देश के भविष्य के लिए जिम्मेदार हैं। विधायी उपायों सहित महामारी के प्रसार को रोकने के लिए कई कदम उठाए गए हैं, जिसमें महामारी रोग अधिनियम 1897 को 2020 में एक संशोधन अध्यादेश में लागू किया गया था। लोगों की आवाजाही को प्रतिबंधित करने, झूठे और फर्जी खबरों के खिलाफ कार्रवाई शुरू करने और आपातकालीन धन को राज्य तक पहुंच प्रदान करने के लिए आपदा प्रबंध अधिनियम 2005 भी लागू किया गया था। देश के कई राज्यों में भारतीय दंड संहिता की धारा 144 भी लागू कर दी गई थी। इसके साथ साथ कई अन्य सामाजिक और आर्थिक सुविधाएं भी लागू की गई हैं, जैसे रोग निगरानी कार्यक्रम, यात्रा सलाह और प्रतिबंध, एक कोविड-19 रोकथाम योजना, नामित स्वास्थ्य सुविधाएं। सरकार ने आरोग्य सेतु ऐप भी लॉन्च किया, जिससे संपर्क ट्रेसिंग में मदद मिली और लॉकडाउन के बाद चरणबद्ध तरीके से फिर से खोलने लगे। मैं आपके ध्यान में यह भी लाना चाहूंगी कि भारत के प्रधानमंत्री जन आरोग्य योजना के तहत पात्र लाभार्थियों के लिए परीक्षण और उपचार दोनों मुफ्त किए गए थे। इसके साथ साथ सामाजिक स्वास्थ्य सुविधाओं में भी कोविड-19 के लिए परीक्षण सभी के लिए मुफ्त है। हमारे सम्मानित प्रधानमंत्री जी ने एक नए आत्मनिर्भर भारत के तहत भारत के सकल घरेलू उत्पाद के 10% के बराबर 260 बिलियन अमेरिकी डॉलर का आर्थिक पैकेज भी पेश किया। हमारे मेहनती स्वास्थ्य कर्मियों के लिए प्रधानमंत्री गरीब कल्याण योजना के तहत कोविड-19 से लड़ने वाले प्रति कार्यकर्ताओं को 50 लाख रुपए तक का बीमा कवरेज भी दिया गया। कई अन्य उपाय भी किए गए, जैसे मनोवैज्ञानिक समर्थन, समय पर भुगतान के लिए नोटिस, उन्नत प्रशिक्षण और स्वास्थ्य सेवा प्रणाली को अतिरिक्त सहायता प्रदान करने के लिए मानव संबंधी विकार और व्यक्तिगत सुरक्षा उपकरण का प्रावधान, और यह सुनिश्चित करने के लिए सख्त कानून भी लागू किया गया कि हमारे स्वास्थ्य कर्मियों को किसी प्रकार का नुकसान ना हो।
Supplementary question by Kumari Naufa.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, I would like to ask Minister of Health and Family Welfare through you, what next step has the government taken to ensure the country as a whole is equipped to tackle if new pandemic arises?
Honorable Minister.
आदरणीय अध्यक्ष महोदया, मैं इस समय इस सदन में सभी को आपके माध्यम से यह बताना चाहूंगी कि 5 जून 2022 तक हमने ने इस देश के 1.9 बिलियन नागरिकों का सफलतापूर्वक टीकाकरण कराया है। लेकिन ये वास्तव में सच है कि अगली बार हमें बेहतर ढंग से सुसज्जित होना चाहिए और इस संबंध में हमने कुछ कदम उठाए हैं। सबसे पहले सरकार महामारी रोग अधिनियम 1897 में नए संशोधन पेश करेंगी। गंभीरता के स्तर पर क्षेत्रों के सीमांकन को संबोधित करना, पंचायतों और अन्य सरकारों की भूमिका का उल्लेख करना और दवाओं और टीकों के नियम भी इसमें शामिल हैं। हम एक व्यापक राष्ट्रीय स्वास्थ्य कानून को लागू करने की भी योजना बना रहे हैं और पहला कदम स्वास्थ्य को समर्पित सूची में लाना होगा। स्वास्थ्य कानून में केंद्र, राज्य और स्थानीय सरकारों की स्पष्ट रूप से परिभाषित भूमिका, चिकित्सा बुनियादी ढांचे में मजबूत बनाने के लिए प्रावधान और चिकित्सा आपात स्थिति के दौरान राज्य और स्थानीय निकायों क्षेत्रों में वित्तीय और मौद्रिक राहत के उपाय भी शामिल हैं और मंत्रालय ने इसे स्थापित करने में भी हमारी सहायता की है। एक रोग अनुसंधान केंद्र जहां समय आने पर एक कदम आगे रहने के लिए संचारी और गैर संचारी रोगों को में उन्नत अध्ययन किया जाएगा। हम इस देश के प्रतिनिधि के रूप में यह सुनिश्चित करेंगे कि इस मामले में कोई कसर नहीं छोड़ी जाएगी कि एक देश के रूप में अगली बार हम बेहतर ढंग से इसके लिए तैयार रहेंगे।
Next question number 103, Kumari Zuleka.
Honorable Speaker Madam, will the Minister of Women and Child Development be pleased to state what step has the government taken to ensure the safety of women in our country?
Honorable Minister of Women and Child Development.
Honorable Speaker Madam, the Government of India have recognized the principle of gender equality in its preamble, fundamental right under the principle of state policy. Under the principle of state policy, under the principle of state policy, under the Ministry of Women and Child Marriage, Child Welfare, number of schemes have been provided, such Beri Pachao, Beri Padao, which educate the citizen against gender bias and improve efficacy of social welfare for women. Ijawala, a scheme for protection of women, working women hostel, Mahala Police, Mahala Shakti Kendras, Nirbhaya, a fund scheme implemented for the safety of women in the country.
Any further supplementary questions? Next question number 104, Shri Aman.
Honorable Speaker Madam, would the Ministry of Labour and Employment be pleased to state what step has it taken to tackle unemployment issue in our country?
Honorable Minister of Labour and Employment, please.
Honorable Speaker Madam, India is second most populated country in the world and nearly 40% of our population is aged 13 to 35 years. India has largest youth population in the world. Around 66% of total population is below the age of 35. The Indian labour force is set to grow by over 8 million per annum over the coming decade, most of which will be driven by youth entering the labour market. All these years, we focused on building higher education and very little did we think of enhancing employability quotient and produce skilled manpower through skill training interventions. The government has put forth various program policies and schemes that ensure skill development and employment opportunities. In 2014, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship Skill was formed to coordinate all skill development activities, capacity, vocational and technical trainings, framework building, assessment framework. The ministry is dedicated to skill 400 million workforce by
Supplementary question, Kumari Tasrifa.
Honorable Speaker, Ma, will the minister please state what new steps has the government taken to ensure that the higher education system in our country will become more efficient in providing our youth ample employment opportunities?
Yes, Minister, please.
Respected Speaker, Madam, the very first foundation for secure future is education. And this is being achieved significantly through Sarva Shiksha Abhiyana program and with the implementation of the landmark Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Act. The government vision to empower young people is also articulated in the National Youth Policy 2014. It is also launched a skill development program to competency of rural youths, especially those belonging to below the poverty line, scheduled caste and tribe categories. While coming to the matter of interrelationship between education and employment, on this front, the National Education Policy 2020 takes center stage. NEP 2020 heralds the potentially explosive growth of vocational education in the country, since it requires all educational institutions to integrate vocational education into their offerings. According to NEP 2020, by the 2025, at least 50% of learners shall have vocationally exposure through school and higher education.
Members, please maintain the decorum of the House.
The government plans to integrate skill development and learning into the same platform, which will therein widen the horizons of our youths when it comes to the employability. A different approach in learning will help to determine the skill level of our youngsters, which will help to us to mobilize them and enable to join the right field of employment.
Now we move on to the next question. Question number 105, Kumari Ashwini.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, would the Minister of External Affairs be pleased to state what steps has the government taken regarding the key issues of our foreign policy?
Honorable Minister of External Affairs.
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, किसी भी अन्य देश की तरह हमारे भारत देश का महत्वपूर्ण उद्देश्य अपने राष्ट्रीय हितों की रक्षा करना है। राष्ट्रीय हितों का दायरा काफी व्यापक है। इन प्राक्षेपों को बनाए रखने के लिए हमें पर्याप्त भारी इनपुट की आवश्यकता है। इस पहलू पर हमने अतिरिक्त ध्यान देकर परिणाम स्वरूप आर्थिक कूटनीति को राजनीतिक कूटनीति के साथ एकीकृत करके कूटनीति का विकास हुआ है। हम एक ऐसे गतिशील दुनिया में जी रहे हैं, इसलिए इस विदेश नीति को हमें सक्रिय, लचीला और व्यवहारिक बनाने के लिए तैयार किया गया है, ताकि समय आने पर हम त्वरित समायोजन की जा सके। 2014 से 2019 के बीच हमने अभूतपूर्व राजनीतिक पहुंच बनाई है। हमने पड़ोसी पहली नीति जनादेश भी पेश किया है। 2015 में हमने भूटान, बांग्लादेश और नेपाल के साथ ऐतिहासिक मोटर वाहन समझौते पर हस्ताक्षर किया। 2017 में हमने दक्षिण एशिया उपग्रह पर हासिल किया है। हमने भीमसेट के माध्यम से 5 सार्क देश और 2 दक्षिण पूर्व देश के अंतर सहित सहयोग हासिल किया है। महोदया, मैं ये कहते हुए अपनी बात समाप्त करना चाहूँगी, हम ये सुनिश्चित करेंगे भारत वैश्विक एजेंडा को आकार देने के लिए हम यह महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाएंगे कि यह नियम बनाने के बजाय नियम पालने का हिस्सा है और ये मजबूत ध्रुव के रूप में उभरता है। धन्यवाद महोदय।
Any further supplementary questions?
No, Madam.
Moving on to question number 106, Kumari Yashaswini.
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदया, क्या गृह मंत्री यह बताने की कृपा करेंगे कि आतंकवाद का मुकाबला करने की दिशा पर अपनी रुख में
क्या नए कदम उठाए हैं?
Honorable Minister of Home Affairs.
Respected Speaker Madam, terrorism has the system weapon of a war that knows no border or seldom has a face. A deep look into our decades long fight against terrorism will reveal that our counter-terrorism efforts have yielded positive results. We have brought in a number new legislative measures, including the amendment of the 1967 Unlawful Activities Prevention Act to allow for the designation of individuals as terrorists. We have also passed amendments to the National Investigation Agency Act 2008 to give the NIA the ability to investigate terrorism cases overseas. This can also further improve bilateral law enforcement cooperation. India is a founding member of the Global Counter-Terrorism Forum and participated in the GCTF, the ASEAN Regional Forum and other UN forums on counter-terrorism in 2019. In November, we hosted the first counter-terrorism tabletop exercise in the Quad country format. The bottom line is that terrorism can never be justified nor are terrorists be glorified. We will continue to maintain our policy of zero tolerance against terrorism.
Supplementary question, Shri Mashuk.
Honorable Speaker Madam, would the Minister please state what assistance has the government provided to the victims of terrorist activity?
Minister, please.
Honorable Speaker Madam, there are various schemes and programs for the very reason of ensuring the victims will have ample assistance. The central schemes for assistance of civilian victims or facility of victims of terrorist, communal and Naxal violence aims to assist failures of such violence. An amount of rupees 3 lakh is given to the affected family under the scheme for each death in a family in a particular incident. In addition to financial assistance, permanent incapacitated and member of the family of the victims killed are entitled to injuries and all other major illness caused due to violence. The assist scheme also provides for financial assistance to the children rendered orphan and destitute. We have also ensured that psychological assistance is also provided to the surviving victims and these families, as there are high chances of the suffering from PTSD, anxiety, depression, panic attack, etc. This war against terrorism is one we must win.
Now the question hour ends. No more questions, please.
Honorable Speaker Madam, a serious breach of privilege has been committed by a leading newspaper in Delhi while commenting on the works of Public Health Committee. The paper has attributed improper services and I request you to allow me to raise a question on this issue.
Kumari Shravya, have you given notice of it earlier? You may give due notice along with a copy of the newspaper cutting and I shall consider it.
I have already given notice of it at 10 a.m. today, Madam.
It will be examined when it comes to me and I shall consider it and notify you of my decision. Now, papers to be laid. Minister of Communications, Kumari Deepashri.
Honorable Speaker Madam, I beg to lay on the table the copy of the use of very low power of radio frequency device or equipment for the inductive application rules which is published in the notification number GSR 180 subsection E in the Gazette of India dated on 21st December 2021.
Minister of Corporate Affairs, Kumari Sinchana.
Respected Speaker Madam,
I beg to lay on a table a copy of notification number SO1199E published in Gazette of India dated 17th March 2022 establishing tribunal consisting of the persons mentioned therein to decide disputes in the matter of election council of the Institute of Chartered Accountant of India held in December 2021 under section 10A of the Chartered Accountants Act 1949 under section 30B of the said act.
We will now move on to the 0 hour. Honorable Minister of Drinking Water and Sanitation.
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, सितंबर 2018 तक 9.2 करोड़ घरेलू शौचालय बनाए गए। इसके अलावा 65,108 सामुदायिक और 11,705 सार्वजनिक शौचालय का निर्माण किया गया। 2014 में एसबीएम की शुरुआत होने से पहले असुरक्षित स्वच्छता के कारण डायरिया की सालाने 199 पाए गए। हमने 93% स्वच्छता कवरेज हासिल किया है। इसके अलावा हमने शहरों में 500 मीटर पर प्रत्येक 500 मीटर पर कूड़ेदान और शौचालय का निर्माण किया, स्थापित किया और कचरे की मात्रा को कम करने के लिए हमने ठोस कचरे को बिजली में बदलने की साधन खोज की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। भारत के 36 राज्यों में केंद्र प्रदेशों में 27 अब खुले में शौच से मुक्त है, जिसमें 98% भारतीय घरों में शौचालय है। 2014 से केवल 5 वर्ष में भारत दुनिया से अधिक खुले में शौच करने के बोझ के लिए जिम्मेदार होने से ग्रामीण स्वच्छता में वैश्विक नेता बन गया है। वास्तव में भारत के बदौलत खुले में शौच का वैश्विक आधे से ज्यादा कम हो गया है।
Kumari Safnaz.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, I would like to bring to your notice of a problem that has been hushed from a long time: mental health. In 2017, an estimation of burden of mental health issues for the states across India revealed that as many as 197.3 million people required care for mental health conditions. This has since aggravated due to COVID-19 pandemic, making it serious concern. According to NIMHANS data, more than 80% of people do not access care services for multitude of reasons ranging from lack of knowledge, stigma and high cost of care. The Union Budget 2022 to 2023 took up certain consideration to mental health issues. Though this a welcome change, there is a need to invest more in mental health conditions across India. I kindly ask the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare through the Speaker to implement a more comprehensive approach, scientific understanding and one which creates more awareness among citizens before people overlook, misjudge and dismiss the signs of someone needs help.
Honorable Minister of Defence.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, with a coastline of over 7,000 kilometers, maritime security is an important aspect of national security for India. The Government of India plans to implement coastal security scheme in the phases to strengthen security of coastal areas against seaborne threats. At the 2018 Shangri-La Dialogue, our esteemed Prime Minister outlined the vision for a free, open, inclusive and rules-based Indo-Pacific region which was universally welcomed. And he also announced the Indo-Pacific Ocean Initiative at the 14th East Asia Summit in 2019. As a practical implementation of this shared vision for the Indo-Pacific, we have also appointed the first National Maritime Security Coordinator. We will function under the National Security Advisor. We have thus taken a leadership role in shaping the regional maritime contact.
Kumari Shivani.
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदया, मैं आपको और आपके माध्यम से सदन के ध्यान में लाना चाहती हूं कि हमने अपने ही संसदों और अन्य कानून प्रवर्तक अधिकारियों द्वारा इस देश के आम नागरिकों के खिलाफ अपराधों की संख्या में वृद्धि देखी है। यह जानकर वास्तव में बहुत दुख होता है कि हमारी अपनी सत्ताधारी पार्टी में कम से कम 12 मौजूदा विधायक थे जो अपने केंद्रीय और राज्य विधानसभा पदों पर महिलाओं के खिलाफ अपराधों के आरोप में थे। यह एकमात्र मुद्दा नहीं है, ऐसे और भी जहां हमारे अपने संसद के लोग घोटाले की गतिविधियां, हिंसा और दंगे और अन्य गैर कानूनी कामों में शामिल है। सबसे दुखद बात यह है कि कानून परिवर्तन अधिकारी भी जिन्हें लोगों की न्याय की संरक्षक के रूप में कार्य करना चाहिए, कभी कभी अपने लक्ष्य तक पहुंचने के लिए एक शॉर्टकट के रूप में ले। भारत की राष्ट्रीय मानवाधिकार आयोग के अनुसार 2019 की शुरुआत के बाद से भारत में पुलिस हिरासत में मरने कम से कम 194 लोगों की मौत हुई है और आश्चर्यजनक रूप से 2011 के बाद से कोई भी पुलिस अधिकारी को दोषी नहीं ठहराया गया है। सबसे दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण हिस्सा यह है कि अकेले 2019 में पुलिस हिरासत में मरने वालों में से 7% लोग थे गरीब और वंचित समुदाय के। मुझे लगता है कि अब समय आ गया है हम सब ये याद करें कि हमें लोगों की प्रतिनिधित्व करने के लिए क्यों चुना गया है। माननीय महोदया, मैं आपसे अनुरोध करती हूँ कि आप संबंधित मंत्रालय से इस मुद्दे के खिलाफ कड़ी कार्रवाई करने के लिए कहें और अपनी गलती को स्वीकार करने के लिए कहें। हमें उस देश को कलंकित नहीं करना चाहिए जिस देश की रक्षा करने का हमने शपथ ली है।
0 hour ends now. Secretary General to report from Upper Chamber of the Youth Parliament.
Honorable Madam, I have to report the following message received from the Secretary of Upper Chamber of Youth Parliament. In accordance with the provisions of procedure and conduct of business in the Upper House of Youth Parliament, I am directed to enclose a copy of Criminal Procedure Identification Bill 2022, which has been passed by the Upper Chamber at its sitting held on 6th April 2022.
Secretary General to lay on the table a copy of the bill as passed by the Upper Chamber.
Madam, I lay on the table of the House the Criminal Procedure Identification Bill 2022 as passed by the Upper Chamber.
Honorable members, I have to make an announcement. On my behalf of the honorable members of the House, I have great pleasure in extending a warm welcome to Mr. Syed Anwar Hussaini, Speaker of the Afghanistan Parliament, and honorable member of the delegation, Mr. Mohammad Samim Halimya, the Deputy Speaker, who are on a visit to India as our honored guest. The delegation arrived on Sunday, the 26th of June. They are now seated in the special box. We wish them a happy and fruitful stay in our country. We also convey our warm greetings and very best wishes through them to the Prime Minister, the Afghanistan Parliament, the government and the friendly people of Afghanistan. Now, let us take up the calling attention motion. Please call the attention of the Minister, Kumari Amita.
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदया, मैं सामाजिक न्याय और अधिकारिता मंत्री के ध्यान उस विषय की ओर आकर्षित करने की अनुरोध करती हूँ जहाँ सरकार द्वारा हस्त सफाई के प्रथा के प्रति उन्मूलन और पुनर्वास की घोषणा के बावजूद हस्त सफाई का कार्य आज भी जारी है। तो राष्ट्रीय विधि निर्माण के बावजूद हस्त सफाई का कार्य राज्य या केंद्र अपने हाथों में नहीं ले रहे। इन दो सत्ताओं के बीच में तालमेल ना होने की वजह से कई लोगों को अपनी जान तक गंवानी पड़ रही है। इससे भी बुरी बात यह है कि अब तक इन मौतों के संबंधित कोई दोषी सिद्ध नहीं हो पाए। इससे यह भी पता चलता है कि राज्य प्रशासन इस समस्या को कितने हल्के से ले रहे हैं। लेकिन इन सब बातों से परे
यह है कि सामान्य जनता को यह एहसास होना चाहिए कि हस्त सफाई एक अमानवीय कृत्य है और कर्मचारियों में इस हेय व्यवसाय में ना उतरने की जागरूकता लाना आवश्यक है। अतः माननीय महोदया, आपसे हमारी निवेदना इतना ही है कि इन हस्त कर्मचारियों के जीवन के बारे में भी सोचा जाए, उन्हें उचित प्रशिक्षण दिया जाए तथा हस्त सफाई पर रोक लगा दी जाए। धन्यवाद।
Yes, Minister, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, a derogatory practice, manual scavenging is confined to people belonging to lower castes and as a profession is inhuman with low pay and nearly nil safety measures provided. The Prohibition of Employment as Manual Scavengers Act 2013 takes a strong stand against this problem and ensures faster outcome. The amendment to this bill is awaiting cabinet approval as of the latest. We have launched the Safai Mitra Suraksha Challenge and also developed the Swachhata Abhiyan app. Respected Speaker, Madam, I agree with my fellow parliamentarian that this practice is quite disturbing and pathetic, and the persistence of this terrible job, even in the 21st century, shows that it is not only the government rules and regulations, but the thinking and actions of all citizens that matters.
We move on to the next agenda, that is bill to be introduced. Honorable Minister of Health and Family Welfare.
Respected Speaker, Madam, I beg to move for leave to introduce the Menstruational Benefit Bill Act 2022.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the Menstruation Benefit Bill 2022. Those who are in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those against, please say no. No. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Leave is granted.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, I introduce the bill.
Now the House take up consideration of the Child Abuse Prevention and Treatment Bill 2021. Minister, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, I beg to move that the bill to prevent child abuse and further provide treatment to affected victims. Honorable Speaker, to prevent all or any kind of abuse against children, particularly those below 14 years of age, and ensuring that a safe space is provided to them and necessary treatment is offered to those children who have been victims of such violence. This bill before August House. Madam, this bill sees to that any act of violence towards a child will be criminalized depending on the degree of the act committed, and the preparator will be tried in special court set up for this very cause. These children will also be under protection of the government until they come under proper guardians who will thoroughly evaluate it. They will also be provided with free healthcare treatment, including medical checkups and counseling for mental trauma and other issues. Thus, the merit include children receive timely help without any backlash. Special court set up for this cause will ensure faster trial and judgments. Creating a safe space for victims who otherwise will have a hard time adjusting with their surroundings. Timely medical help, including for mental health, which otherwise will be neglected. Honorable Speaker, Madam, I am confident that all honorable members of the House, irrespective of party affiliation, will welcome this bill wholeheartedly. And with this word, I now move the Child Abuse Prevention and Treatment Bill 2021 to be taken into consideration.
Motion moved that the bill to prevent child abuse and to further provide treatment to the affected victims be taken into consideration. Kumari Rosemary.
Honorable Speaker, I rise to support this bill. Our own constitution recognizes that children are the most vulnerable human beings and thus made a provision accordingly. They are the most affected than any other age group by their action of state and any other individual. Since they have no political and economic power, their voices are often suppressed. This bill brings a much needed change. Not only does the bill criminalize the act of abuse, it also provides the very necessary aftercare for the victim of such abuse. Coming back to the bill, I would like to say that there is no two opinion, and I am sure that everybody in this House, to whichever party he or she belongs to, is bound to support this bill full conviction. I thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak on it.
Shri Musavir.
Respected Madam, it is with mixed feeling that I have addressed this August House. Madam, such a bill is very necessary, but we are not looking into the very good picture here. The very preparators of these abuse are people who these children know or somehow related to. In what instances can a child speak out when they always do abuse the abusers close to them? And there are other various drawbacks to this bill, including the fact that this act leans more forward that the act of violence against the children below 14. Then what about others? Madam, all I am asking is for all the loopholes of this bill is to fixed, and I support the idea of the bringing such forward things as a bill, and I also state that this bill should be suitably amended before it is passed.
Kumari Hanshi.
Respected Madam, there have been older acts that were enacted against violence against children. None took into consideration regarding the aftercare of these children, which is very important. This bill will bring forth a much needed change among the existing laws. I conclude by stating that I support this bill. Thank you.
Honorable Prime Minister.
Honorable Speaker Madam, I take this opportunity to ask everyone to favor this bill. Though there have been existing laws which protected children from abuse and violence, it is for the first time that such a comprehensive bill has been introduced in this House. Through this bill, we can make sure that they are receiving proper care of their mental well-being and mental well-being too. I thank my fellow parliamentarians for introducing such virtuous bill, and I wholeheartedly support this bill, and I hope so will all my fellow parliamentarians of this August House. Thank you.
Minister of Women and Child Welfare.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, I would like to thank my fellow parliamentarians who have welcomed this bill with so much support, and I also seek the same level of cooperation while implementing them.
The question is that the bill to prevent child abuse and to further provide treatment to the affected victims be taken into consideration. Those who are in favor will say aye. Aye. Those who are against will say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the motion is adopted. Now we shall take up clause by clause consideration of the bill. The question is that clause 2 to 10 stands part of the bill. Those who are in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those who are against, please say no. No. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the motion is adopted. Clause 2 to 10 stands part of the bill. Now the question is that clause 1, the enacting formula, and the title stands part of the bill. Those who are in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those who are against, please say no. No. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the motion is adopted. Minister of Women and Child Welfare, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, I move the bill to be passed.
Motion move that the bill be passed. Those who are in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those who are against, please say no. No. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. Now the House is adjourned to meet again tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Good afternoon to everyone. Respected dignitaries on the dais, Honorable ex-member of Parliament Haji B. Ibrahim sir, in absence Vice Chancellor of the University, Honorable Professor P.S. Edappa Aditya, Honorable Academician Mr. Keshi Girish from Karnataka State Law University, Hubli, Registrar of the University, Professor Kishore Kumar CK, my colleague, Professor Dayananda Naik, Coordinator of National Youth Parliament Competition, faculty members of various departments of the university and college also, and dear students. On behalf of the Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs, I congratulate to Mangalore University, Mangalore, Karnataka for smoothly conducted the 16th National Youth Parliament Competition. Also, I congratulate to all parliamentarian and all students of team of 16 National Youth Parliament for good performance. Dear all, we are aware that the Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs has introduced the scheme of National Youth Parliament Competition for universities and colleges throughout the country for fulfill some objective, that is with a view to strengthening the roots of democracy, inculcate healthy habits of discipline, tolerance of the views of others, and to enable the student community to understand the working of our parliamentary institutions. In the light of the above objectives, my first impression is that today's your performance was wonderful. Debate and discussion were good and effective. So I say that this university done everything for achieve the objective set up by ministry. My second observation is that subject discussed in today's youth parliament session where public interest, the matter raised in the youth parliament session were related to subject to environment and climate change, which is associated with the sustainable development, welfare activities, defense, women's development, that is the Beti Bachao Abhiyan, also economic development, issues of related to terrorism, public health, education. We discussed on new education policy also, security, water and sanitation related issues, also issues related to manual scavenger. Also special emphasized on issues related to employment, environment and health. So in today's session, the debate discussion was very effective, outstanding, as well as also these are my some objective. Beside this, I have some observations which is associated with improvement of the future sessions of youth parliament. I will say my observation as per list of items. Before that, at the time of beginning, when speaker sit in his chair, speaker is very means powerful and very prestigious chair in the house. Speaker should say after sitting his chair, she should say that welcome to all members in 16th National Youth Parliament, and session will be fruitful. But she not talk on this because session start from the some technical point. This is the technical point. Also in the vote taking list, that I think 3 parliamentarians took the oath. At the time of vote taking, parliamentarian should not need to raise the hand. So, sir is in the house. Okay. In the arbitrary reference, you should talk on more. That is the also speaker should say, now we move on arbitrary reference, and when she talk, then she should say that Honorable Prime Minister, after finishing the speech of the arbitrary speech of the Prime Minister, then she say Honorable Opposition Leader also. This is the procedure. You should go through the procedure in the next sessions of your youth parliament. In the introduction of new minister, it was as per rule. In the question hour, you taken very important and public related issues in the question hour. Issues related to environment and climate change, skill development, women's development, as well as other issues you also took. This is the good, and this is the good debate and discussion in the question hour. But one point is here that supplementary questions, there is some procedure in the house. Supplementary question directly not by the speaker, there is one procedure, so you should follow the procedure. In the next list of the item, that is the papers to be laid on the table. It was also good, and as per rules, breach of privilege motion also good. 0 hours also, in the 0 hour you should, you have taken some important issues, that is the sanitation, crime related issues, violence against women also. So debate and discussion in 0 hour also good. In the welcome to the foreign delegates, you should take care of one point, that is foreign delegates are already seated in the house. Foreign delegates not present at the time of vote taking, arbitrary reference question hour. So this is the point, that foreign delegates already seated here. So in the next time you should take care about this. Then in the calling attention issue, you took the practice of manual scavenger, which is need to discussion, and also this issue is associated with the caste system, so we need to discuss on this issue, because we have in the 20th century the manual scavenger issue is yet in our present society. So you taken this burning issue, so I congratulate to the House for taken these type of issues. In the legislative business, you passed the bill as per procedure. This is the good thing. Child Abuse Prevention Bill 2022, discussion and debate was very effective and decent manner. This is the good thing. So I congratulate for this also. Also, you should take care, that is in the youth parliament session, this is the competition as per the guidelines of the youth parliament, Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs. 55 students should be participated in this competition. So this is also one point which need in your future next session. Last my observation, which is ये देखो क्या है कि Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs appointed me as a judge. This is my job to take care of the as per everything. Besides this, I congratulate to this university because performance of your students was very nice. Some students did good perform, so they get special prizes from ministry also. So students, those who performed very well, I will take only numbers of the students. Number one, she also effectively her fluency is very nice and she played very important role. Number 4 also, General Secretary also, she also, you can stand. Number 9, she spoke very well and she taken statistical data and everything very nicely. Number 10 also. Number 8. Number 1, 3. 13 number. Okay. Number 14, 1, 4. Okay. Number 1, 6, 16. Priyanka, I think. She also talked very nicely. She also refer some statistical and उसका जो डिबेट के इशू थे वो जो बोली वो अच्छी मैनर से सब कुछ अपने अच्छी तरह से सब उसका स्पीच जो था very nicely and also number 16 then opposition side 32 number 34 number 43 number 43 yes number 46 and number 51 also. So these students played very important role and they very nicely present themselves in the 16th Youth Parliament session. So my last task is that thanks. First of all, I especially thanks to Parliamentary Affairs Ministry for giving me this opportunity. Also, I put on my sincere thanks to Vice Chancellor of this university and my colleague Professor Dayananda Naik for giving priority to this activity. Sir and myself associated with since last 5 or 6 years. His politeness, humbleness are very, very good and he is the good personality. So his name is Dayananda. So Daya means I think kindness and Anand means happiness. Kindness plus happiness is equal to Dayananda, sir. So this is the good. Lastly, also I especially thanks to all students for taking participation in this reputed competition. Thank you very much, and I also wish to all students for their future. Thank you very much.
Left the hall now. So with their support, of course, Dayanand Naik has also taken a lot of initiative. In fact, he has been always been kind. As one of the speaker was saying, he is actually Daya plus Ananda. But then he has always been very kind to others. So even when the others don't really work, he always says that they have worked. So in a way, he has actually given me a lot of praises. But I think those praises are not really properly placed because much of the hard work has actually been done by him. I know the kind of trouble that he had to face, not only organizing the students but also convincing the university the necessity for this kind of programs. And all related work has actually been done very meticulously by Dayanand Naik. So on behalf of the university, I should actually appreciate and thank Dayanand Naik for such a wonderful initiative. And I'm sure that many of others also would actually follow. In fact, we also have students from Chikkalwar, traveling all the way. I think they woke up, they started around 5 o'clock in the morning. So they have traveled so much to be here at 10 o'clock. Just for this program, they have actually come prepared for these things. And I should also thank Mamata, Sudarshan and all their colleagues, for coming out these things. Raghu from FMKMC Madikeri has also come here. So I should actually thank all of them. And of course, we also have, some teachers from Bangalore University, from Rani Chennamma University, Belgaum, and from another university. They were all actually sitting here and very carefully, watching the whole thing. And they were also thinking that, they would actually have this kind of an exercise in their university. Probably they are also going to talk to you on how to go about in this kind of an. So that means, this program has a very positive kind of an effect. And I'm sure that you will all actually maintain interest in the parliamentary affairs, parliamentary proceedings, and if possible, you would one day really sit in the parliament and participate in the law-making exercise. Thank you, Dayanand, for all the effort that you have taken. Thank you also for our guests who have actually traveled a great distance to be with us. Thank you, one and all. Thank you, students. Thank you, my friends. Thank you.
In the words of Marcus Tullius Cicero, gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. And I take immense pleasure in delivering the vote of thanks today. My first and foremost thanks goes to the Mangalore University for conducting this wonderful program and giving us all an opportunity to be part of this program. I also offer my sincerest of gratitude to today's chief guest and President Mr. Haji B. Ibrahim and Professor P.S. Edepaditaya, who have not with us now. I also give them my thanks for all their support and all their well wishes for us. I also thank today's guest of honor and our judges for today's competition, Mr. Dr. Prahlad Mane and Mr. Girish Kesi. I also would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Professor Jairaj Amin sir for helping us with the entire event, because he also welcomed us when we first went for the practice at the political science department, and he also gave us many tips and many useful advices which we were able to bring forth in today's session. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank Dr. Dayanand Naik sir for completely organizing this event and also choosing students from various different departments and helping us come together and be able to give 100% here today. Not only was his support within the campus, that is when we are performing here, but also his immense support outside the campus as well has been much appreciated, sir. Thank you. I would also like to thank Ms. Rashmi, Ms. Anola and Ms. Soumya ma'am for your extended support to all of us. Thank you. I would also like to thank the students and faculty from Chikkalwar and faculty from colleges and universities from Madikeri and Bangalore for coming all the way here and witnessing such an event. Thank you. And I guess last but not the least, the biggest gratitude